Hi, it's your good friend Dolly, and I'm back with another reading. So let's see what's coming in for you guys. Hi, it's your good friend Dolly, and I'm back with another reading. And today's reading is going to be about olivertree. Okay, we all have questions. We're all wondering a lot of things. We have a lot of theories out there, a lot of conspiracy theories as well. And I thought I should do a reading just to see what's going on. Now, when he first passed away, I genuinely did not believe it. Okay, he's always known to be a troll, right? A part of me did believe it, but a part of me also did not want to believe it, just like many of us. He was very young when he passed. And when I found out that it was true, like every outlet imaginable was posting about this, I said, damn. So I decided to do a reading then and there. When I did that reading, it was very, very intense. The energy was heavy. It was mostly about how he felt about someone during his passing. So I really wanted to do this reading again, and I wanted to show you guys the history of people that have passed, and airplanes and helicopters. So I wanted to start. Jenny Rivera, she passed away in 1969 to 2012. She was 43 years old. Aaliyah, 1979 to 2001. She was 22 years old. Patsy Cline, 1932 to 1963. She was 30 years old. Patsy Cline is a country artist. She also died with several other artists, including country singer Cowboy Copas and country singer Hawk Hawkins. Buddy Holly, 1936 to 1959. He also died with several other artists, including the Big Bopper, 1930 to 1959. He was 28 years old. And Richie Valens, 1941 to 1959. He was 17 years old. Now we also have olivertree, unfortunately, 1993 to 2026. He was 32 years old. So I really wanted to discuss the history of, and it's strange because I also want to like follow the astrological patterns when celebrities, specifically celebrities, pass away in such a horrific event, Also Tentacion. So he also passed, and the reason why I'm bringing up specific artists after olivertree is because the music label Atlantic Records. Okay, so it's pretty heavy stuff. Okay, so the CEO is Elliot Grange. Also, Melaniemartinez is a part of the label. Cardi B.
I get paid a fee. I've been in and out this bed so much I know they tiring. Okay, no. Come hold them.
Tupac Shakur, Nipsey Hussle, Biggie. Okay, and I was first speaking about the people that specifically died doing airplanes, but these are people who died specifically in this record label. Aaliyah being a part of it, and olivertree as of recently. Okay, so I wanted to give you a list before I get started and to show you the patterns of things. I would really want to follow along with the astrological aspect as to how they all pass like that, unfortunately, especially doing an airplane or helicopter. That's very specific. Okay, helicopter crash is very specific. So I really wanted to get into it, but I really want to get started on this reading. All right, let's get started. Four-card spread for olivertree's energy, the day of the passing. We have the Six of Swords. We have the Fool, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Nine of Cups. So when this happened, we were in retrograde, Mercury retrograde, which means a lot of miscommunication, a lot of technology issues, people from your past coming back. It's a lot of spiritual lessons and a lot of karma being given at that time. Okay, unfortunately, he happened to be one of these people. We have the communication card as well. So I remember I was telling you guys that during that moment, not during the moment of the passing, obviously, but during the moment of the crashing, he was thinking of one person and he wanted to talk to one person in particular. And I mentioned that, and that person was Melaniemartinez. They were dating for a little while. Okay, I'm not sure what he did to her. He did some fuck shit. Melanie wanted to keep it very private, and the fans were being a little nasty, and they were still sending him hate afterwards. Okay, even so, she had came out and said, you know, don't do that and blah blah blah, right? So that's the person whom I'm speaking of, and that's the person whom he was thinking of the day of the passing, when he passed. Okay, at the bottom of the deck we have the Seven of Cups with the Devil. Passing, he was very much obsessed with her, Wheel of Fortune, but the cycle has ended. She has ended that cycle with him, you know, for her own personal reasons. But I don't see like a possessive energy. It's more like he's always been obsessed over her, like he always liked her, he always loved her. And recently I just found out, like I think this morning, that several, I don't know if it's true, but I seen a girl with, you know, she posted pictures with him, and she was basically, you know, stating her goodbyes and how she loved him and they had a great time together or whatever. I went in the comments, and they were saying that there were several girls, so like 9 girls came out, and they were joking in the comments, and they were like, how many girlfriends does this guy really have? But the one person he always wanted to speak to is Melanie. I feel like she was his divine counterpart. Okay, his true divine counterpart. So I want to get started and start clarifying these cards. Okay, I really want to get down and really find out what's going on here. So we have the Fool. We're going to clarify the Fool first. The Fool talks about taking a leap of faith. Olivertree was going to take a leap of faith when he passed away, unfortunately. King of Pentacles. He has always been somebody that is always focusing on his finances. He really cares about his stability very much. I feel like he wanted to pursue a new endeavor when all of this transpired. We have the Two of Cups here. So he's very passionate about his work, about his stability, about starting new projects. He was a very creative and passionate person. Clarify the King of Pentacles. Now, Olivertree is not an earth sign. He's actually a Cancer. Okay, so he was very passionate about his work, but you couldn't see like the emotion out of him. Like, he's obviously a very expressive person, but you would never see the true him. Like, he was very composed. I feel like I want to say, but he was never emotional. Now, as a water sign, usually very emotional, right? Cancer. He's also a Scorpio moon, so that hidden aspect of himself, that mysterious energy he carries, is intense, especially as we're seeing here with his birth chart. Yeah, he was born in June 29th, 1993. Okay, we don't know what time it is, but that's none of our business, okay? He's a Cancer sun. He's a moon in Scorpio. We don't know his rising, unfortunately. And as we're looking down on his birth chart, he's a Venus in Taurus, Mars in Virgo, Jupiter in Libra, Saturn in Pisces, Uranus in Capricorn, Neptune in Capricorn. So we have 2 Capricorn energy. We have Taurus and Virgo. Those are earth signs energy. Okay, so earth signs is very hardworking. So he was always working. All he cared about is his stability. But it's strange, and it's so funny to look at, especially with his, you know, his sun sign, the Cancer sign, right? So you would think he would be a little bit more emotional, but if you look at his birth chart, he's a lot more grounded. He has a lot of earth energy in his birth chart. Okay, so you would think he would be a little bit more of a grounded person, but he's not, because, you know, we've seen all the stunts he's done, and, you know, all the incredible things he's done. He also had Pluto in Scorpio, so we already know that Pluto is the planet of chaos, honey. So we saw all the chaotic stunts he's done, all the things he's done, all the outrageous things he has done, right? And it's in Scorpio, so chaos, okay? And we also see that here with this Death card. So when I was clarifying the King of Pentacles, the Death card came out, the Four of Cups came out, the Page of Swords, okay? So I feel like he was worried about his stability. Not worried about it, but he was passionate about his stability. He was investing into it. He was on his way to do so, especially with this Fool. He was finally taking the leap of faith after he left his record label, Atlantic Records. He discussed all the people that have recently passed away and that record label, right? Now, with that Page of Swords, I feel like he had beef with somebody. This King of Swords, he was stalking this person or watching this person, or this person was watching him very closely, okay? I feel like they were both watching each other very closely, so there was a lot of tension between the two of them, okay? This person is coming out as an air sign. They don't have to be, but this person is coming out very calculating, okay? They're not really showing their cards or showing their hands too soon. It's like they're both trying to draw that sword out, so there was a lot of tension between him and another person, okay? So he was watching this person very closely, or this person was watching him very closely, or they were watching each other very closely, okay? And the result of all of that, the Four of Cups and the Death card, so you know, it ended in devastation. So I feel like when he was on his way to take this leap of faith, you know, to pursue his creative endeavors, he passed, okay? So we see that, and that's exactly what he was thinking about when he passed away. So we're going to clarify the Six of Swords. We're moving on to the Six of Swords. So he wanted to move into calmer waters. Four Pentacles with the Page of Pentacles. This is exactly what I was talking about. And we looked at his birth chart. He has Uranus in Capricorn, Neptune in Capricorn. He has Venus in Taurus, and he also have Mars in Virgo. I'm going to break that down at the end of the video, okay? But it is important to mention that he cared about his stability. He cared about his money. He pursued it like it was nothing, honey. Okay, period. He was a businessman. But he was holding on to his pentacles, right? He was holding on to that Ace of Pentacles. He wanted a brand new beginning, but he got stopped, unfortunately. Or unfortunately, retrograde happened and, you know, he passed. So the Six of Swords, we have the Ace of Pentacles here, part in the deck with the Four of Pentacles. We all know that he was in pursuit of his stability. And like he said, the video that he posted, he was also talking about how he had to depart from his label because they did not want to invest into his creative pursuits. So this is why he was in Brazil, right? And this is why he left to take a leap of faith to pursue that. And unfortunately, he passed away. Okay, so this is why things are a little bit suspicious. And we also looked at all the people that were in the record label that has passed away, and also the people that have passed away in airplanes and helicopter crashes. So I can give you, you know, a vibe as to how frequently this actually happens to celebrities more specifically. Okay, so we have the Ten of Cups and we have the Five of Cups. So all he's thinking about within that moment as well is, damn, I was on my way to move into calmer waters, to leave all that chaos behind. I didn't want to do all this crazy stuff that they were having me doing. Five of Cups, I was on my way to actually find my happiness, which is him pursuing his creative endeavors, right? Ten of Cups, but it got stopped. He wanted to make a change for himself, which is, that's the sad part. We're seeing this at the bottom of the deck, the Three of Swords. He's heartbroken. Ten of Wands, he is stressed, okay? He's completely devastated because he was not able to do what he wanted to do, what he was set out to do, which is pursue his endeavors, right? And he ended up passing away with this Death card. This card is very ominous for me because of the energy that I'm feeling right now. It is extremely intense. I really want to clarify this King of Swords, but I'm going to do that afterwards. I just want to get the vibe of the reading, okay? So yeah, he's heartbroken and extremely stressed. Ten of Wands. What's behind that? The Five of Wands. So we have the conflict card here too. So he got beef. He wants to fight because he did not expect to just like pass away like this, even though he was watching this person very closely and this person was watching him very closely, right? Wow. That's really deep. So he's heartbroken and he's stressed and he wants to fight, okay? I kind of want to set these aside because I want to clarify these cards afterwards as well. So let's continue. We have the Ten of Cups and we have the Five of Cups. He is crying over spilled milk because he was not able to pursue his happiness. He was stopped very abruptly. 32 years old is very young, okay? So let's clarify the Nine of Cups. Wow. Ace of Pentacles with the Queen of Swords. I don't know who this Queen of Swords is. The Star, this could be the person who was on his mind when he passed away, but we're going to talk about that when we clarify the communication card, but we're not going to clarify that. We're going to finish clarifying the Six of Swords, which was him moving into calmer waters, but he was unfortunately stopped too soon, okay? And now he's upset and he's crying over that, okay? Let's move on. Clarify the Five of Cups. Wow, that popped up. The Knight of Cups. So we're getting there, okay? His happiness was the person that was on his mind when he passed away. Yes, he had this person that was literally trying to stop him on his mind as well. But when he noticed that things were going down and, you know, he was going to pass away, unfortunately. He had one last person on his mind, okay? And that person made him very happy. And he was on his way to pursue this person. At least try. You know, Five of Cups, this is why he's also upset. It's not really about the money. It was the stability that he wanted to bring to this person, okay? I feel like he really wanted to have a brand new beginning and start his life over. And I feel like he wanted to leave that label in order to pursue this person. I don't think he could have did it within the label, okay? Also, he wanted to express his creative endeavors, but he couldn't do it within that label. There were several reasons as to why he left, okay? All right, so let's clarify the Nine of Cups. Wow, we have the Hierophant and the Lovers, okay? So this reading is going to turn into a love reading. So this person is extremely passionate about the person that he wanted to see. We have the Hierophant and the Lovers. This is someone that is recognizing someone as their soulmate, as their divine counterpart, okay? Divine feminine, divine masculine energy. This is what he wanted to do, is tell this person how he truly felt. This is why he's in regret, because he wanted to tell this person, you are my happiness. This is why he was moving into calmer waters to do so, okay? He wanted to leave a certain life or a certain lifestyle behind to pursue this person. I feel like if this is Melanie, she had created her boundaries with him. And she was probably like, I don't want to be with you like this. Okay, I don't know. I'm not going to. I feel like something, I don't know. Okay, when I did do the reading that day, that reading was so sad. He was very passionate about her. So it's coming up in the reading again, okay, because I'm doing it again. And I want to make sure that I'm, you know, telling you guys what's exactly going on or what was going on in his head when he was passing away, okay? He was thinking about one person in particular. So let's really find out who this person is. But I clearly already know, okay? Wow. Behind that, we have the Seven of Wands. We have the Nine of Wands and the Ace of Cups. So he wanted a brand new beginning with this person to the point that he was very defensive. I feel like he realized too late about the situation, about this person in particular. The Tower is here, okay? With the Hangman. The Hangman talks about enlightenments. It talks about getting a new perspective on things. I feel like he got a new perspective when him and Melanie separated, okay? That's usually how everybody learns. When you lose that person, that's when you start to realize that you lose them, or you start to learn the spiritual lessons, okay? So he wanted to have a brand new beginning with her, but he was defensive. I don't want to clarify that, but it could be because he passed away, or it could be because he fumbled her, or it could be because she was already in a new relationship. So there was no way he could have pursued her anyway. Okay, so there was something stopping him anyway. And that stressed him out a lot, okay? To the point that he passed away. And the Eight of Pentacles, this could have been somebody doing magic on him, okay? And it is retrograde, so the veil is very thin. A lot of karma is being passed to people, okay? I'm not saying that he received karma or he deserved what happened to him, but I'm just saying when you create a cycle, you got to make sure you end it right, okay? So it didn't end the way that he wanted. And the sad part is that he did not even get to see this person before he passed away, unfortunately. He never got to tell this person how much he actually truly felt about this person, and how he felt in many things, and he wanted to rectify and make things right, okay? I don't know what transpired the last time he seen me. Sensing like anxiety, like deep, like regret, a lot of regret, a lot of guilt. 10 of Swords, to the point that it caused him to have 10 swords in his back, okay? To the point that he was not able to get the person that he truly loved. The Lovers is here, okay? Gemini energy. So let's clarify that Nine of Cups. The Nine of Swords fell, and I was just about to get it, but it just literally pushed off the table, like it fell. So let me get that right now, okay? That's the energy is very intense. Let me get that card for you guys. Whew. Okay, I got the card, and it's the Nine of Swords. So the Nine of Swords fell in reverse, okay? So when it comes to the Nine of Cups is being clarified by the Nine of Swords. So I feel like he was at the Nine of Cups, and he was going to the Ten of Cups, to the ultimate happiness, which is him pursuing Melanie, but it was too late for that. And this is why he's upset and he's in deep regret, okay? We already discussed that, but we're clarifying the Nine of Cups. So he was going to go to the Nine to the Ten of Cups, which is sad. He was almost there, but he still feels like, okay, I didn't lose everything, okay? Nine of Swords, I still experienced life. So he's not regretful, you know, that he passed away. He got to do a lot of things. He got to experience a lot of things. He got to make great music. He got to travel. Okay, he left his mark. He feels like very accomplished, but he's still sitting at the Nine of Cups. And this is what's very interesting. The Ten of Cups for him is pursuing this person that he didn't get to pursue before he passed away. And we're all speculating that it's Melanie. Okay, which is very interesting to me because she is definitely a divine feminine. Okay, it's giving, honey. So he wanted to pursue her, Nine of Cups, but the Nine of Swords is in reverse, which is good because that means he's not living in regret. He's not sad in the astral realm or wherever he is, in purgatory or in heaven or whatever you guys believe, right? He doesn't feel stuck. He's like, I'm at the Nine of Cups. You know, most people don't even make it to the Nine of Cups. Most people just die miserable. So he's happy that he died at the Nine of Cups, and he's not in regret. He's not sad. He's not upset. But I think he is in regret at the fact that he was not able to pursue this person. So I feel like when it comes to, like, you know, leaving his mark and making good music and traveling, like, he's satisfied there. But it's just this one aspect in his area where he was not able to fix that before he passed away, or at least have that, you know. Okay. And Ten of Cups talks about family, you know, so maybe it was his family he was trying to go to. But I strongly feel it was also somebody that he really wanted to see, that he has not seen in quite a while, okay? And I'm sensing that it's Melanie, okay? So clarify the Nine of Swords in reverse, the Eight of Cups, okay? Yeah, so he's walking away from this sadness, okay? He's no longer living with regret wherever he is now. Nine of Wands, he's still going to pursue the passion that he's always pursued in this lifetime that he had, okay? So that's a very beautiful energy to end that part on. I love that for him. Like, he's good. He's fine, you guys. He's good. Okay, he's wherever he is, he's pursuing it. Okay, very beautiful energy. So let's move to the Nine of Pentacles. We're going to clarify the Nine of Pentacles. He was slowly moving towards something, and we clearly see that the Fool talks about movement, the Six of Swords talks about movement, and now the Knight of Pentacles. So let's see what he was slowly moving. Okay, so we have the Ace of Swords and we have the communication card, and the communication card fell right on top of each other, and I'm going to lift it so you guys can see. You see, it fell right on top of each other. And this is why I use two different decks to clarify the cards. Communication card, okay? This is how it looks like. It's two different shaped cards, but it's the same card. And it fell right on top of each other. So I'm going to show you that. That was very interesting to me. And the Knight of Pentacles fell on top of the Ace of Swords. So he slowly was going towards what? The Ace of Swords talks about the truth. New beginnings, aces, new beginnings, the truth, Ace of Swords specifically. So he was going towards some type of truth. Let's find out what the truth is. The World with the Six of Wands. Something that was going to be victorious for him, but it ended in a cycle. Okay, so let's clarify that Ace of Swords. What is that Ace of Swords? What is the truth? The Tower. So it was something very devastating that he found out about. He was slowly creeping for the truth. The Tower, and it was so grand. The Tower is a very catastrophic card. You see that? It's people falling out of a building. I always say that if you're in the Tower moment, usually if you jump out, you might have a chance of survival. But in this case, that's not what happened here. Unfortunately, we have the Tower. Okay, so let's clarify that Tower. We got that at the beginning of the reading. He came to a realization about something. We saw this already, which is very strange that it's coming out again like this. Okay, so he was slowly going towards the truth. What is the truth? It's not really showing me what the truth is. He's not revealing it. He's actually just telling me, I found out about the truth, Knight of Pentacles, and I was slowly going towards it, and it caused everything. Okay, that's all he's saying. He's not saying what the truth is, but he knows the truth, and he realized the truth, but he realized it too late. Okay, that's what he's saying right now. That's what he analyzed when he passed within that moment. Six of Swords came out. I swear. Okay, he was going towards the truth. He's not saying what the truth is. What is the truth here? What is the truth? The Devil. Woo-wee. That is very ominous. So he found out the truth as to who the devil truly is. And we were just talking about his label. We were talking about Elliot Grange. But we're not going to talk about that. Okay, we're just talking about what happened when he passed away. But I'm giving y'all a little bit of clues. We have the World and we have the Seven of Pentacles here, okay? So he is in deep regret because this cycle completely ended because he got too close to the truth. He got too close to the devil. Let's clarify the devil. Ooh-wee, that's really, yeah. Knight of Pentacles. He got too close. He went too close. Knight of Pentacles. He was slowly getting closer to the truth. Seven of Pentacles. And it ended in regret and reaping what he was sowing. Okay, so so you guys can see. So let's clarify this devil. The Five of Pentacles. This devil had control over everything in his life. Ten of Pentacles talks about family, new beginnings. He always wanted a family. He couldn't even have that. Five of Pentacles. He feels so isolated. Like nobody was really allowed to be around him. If he was collaborating, that's pretty much it. Maybe people in passing, but nothing long enough, nothing substantial enough. Like, you know, nothing real enough. Eight of Swords. He's upset over that. This devil controlled his whole life. Ten of Pentacles, to the point that he was not allowed to have a lot of things. And he feels isolated without the things that he always wanted. This Eight of Swords. Look how this person is binded. He felt binded, okay, by this devil energy. So it's not showing me who the devil is, but it's showing me who was the person, you know, that was controlling his life. Who was hurting him. Seven of Cups with the Page of Pentacles. Who's this devil energy? Knight of Swords, Knight of Wands. This could have been somebody that he was forced to be intimate with. I'm going to say, I feel like this relationship is extremely demonic. You see how this devil has these two people binded? It's giving that. I kind of want to just put one finger at least so you guys could really see. Nah, I can show it you guys, but this is how it looks, okay? So I'm just showing you how deep it is that this person was being binded by this devil energy and how he was not allowed to do a lot of things. And he talked about that in his video when he left his record label, okay? So I'm just telling you that the truth is out there. The Tower, it caused a big devastating moment for him, okay? And this Tower moment is so ominous because we know what happened when he passed away. So this is very specific. So let's talk about the communication card, because the clarifying card fell on top of it, okay? So let's clarify what this communication was about before he passed away. Okay, it could have been about his stability. We saw that. Ace of Pentacles with the Page of Pentacles. Money, finance. Clarify the communication card. The Moon. So it's like he's slowly revealing things. He's not telling you what it is exactly, but the Moon is here. So what is the communication about? A secret. What is the secret? We're about to find out. Pisces energy. Clarify the Moon. Four Swords. It was about him healing. It was about him escaping, getting out of this situation. He was not able to do that. It was too late. Four Swords. Secret is that he was trying to escape, to heal. Four Swords. To get out of this situation. Him doing all this performity stunts. He didn't want to do that no more. He was passionate about his music, and that's what the fuck he wanted to do. We have the Fool. He was passionate about it. That's what he wanted to do. King of Pentacles with the Two of Cups, okay? And like we talked about, he got stopped. We just discussed all of that. I just showed you. Judgment, okay? So he was stopped, dude. We have judgment here. So the secret is, the communication is about the secret. What is the secret? He was trying to heal, but he was stopped. Judgment. Because they knew, somebody knew, okay, that if he got away, he was going to start a good life. He was going to be an emperor. Wow. A divine masculine. The Lovers. He was going to pursue the person that he always loved. And they cannot, no, we cannot let that happen. Wow. He wanted to become an emperor for this person. He wanted to change for this person. And if this is Melanie, I feel like Melanie, like I said at the beginning of the reading, she stepped her boundaries and she told him what the fuck it was. And now that he matured a little bit, when divine feminine, divine masculine, divine being removes their energy from them, they start to spiral, act a fool, midlife crisis, whatever. Right? We saw that. So now he was finally ready to do the right thing. Too late. Judgment. That's so fucking sad. So what did Olivertree had on his mind when he passed away? All of this. A King of Swords in particular, who he was watching, or this King of Swords was watching him very closely. If I can find the King of Swords and the Page of Swords, here we go. Somebody that was watching him very closely, and he was watching this person very closely. Somebody that he wanted to pursue and love, but he could not. His stability that he was so in love with, his projects, he was so passionate about. And this devil, who could also be this King of Swords, I'm suspecting. I'm going to clarify these cards. And lastly, the love of his life that he never got to pursue, whom I'm suspecting is Melanie. We have the Nine of Wands and the Seven of Wands. When he also passed away, he was extremely defensive and stressed. He was stressed. He knew that it was game over. But like I said, he's not in regret. He felt like he did a lot of things in his life. The only regret he has was not getting something that he always wanted. True love. And I think this was with a particular person. Let's clarify this lover card. Let's clarify the lover's card. Who is this person in particular? Somebody he cheated on. Seven of Swords. Somebody he betrayed. Okay, there was deception here. This is who he loved most of all, of anybody that he's ever been with. Seven of Swords. Somebody that he wanted to have a reconciliation with, a brand new beginning with. Queen of Swords. Somebody that has their sword up. Somebody that was extremely defensive towards him. Somebody that had enough of his games. Somebody that set up strong boundaries. We already discussed who this person is. This person is the star. This person was his wish fulfillment. This person was everything he's ever wanted. We have the star here. I'm not making it up. He loved this person. He loved this person. This, even though she had her sword up like this, defensive towards him, protecting herself from him. He loved her. He loved her. And this is somebody that he betrayed. So I'm telling you exactly who this person is, okay? We have the Page of Cups and we have the King of Cups. This is somebody he was so passionate about. Somebody he loved unconditionally. He just couldn't get it together. Somebody that is extremely intuitive. This person knows a lot of things. Melaniemartinez, okay? So this is everything he had on his mind before he passed, okay? So this is what, yeah, and it ended in a cycle. It's done. This is the person he had on his mind. So I'm telling you everything he had on his mind before he passed away. Somebody that betrayed him, the devil. Somebody that was watching him very closely, King of Swords. Somebody that he loves unconditionally, Knight of Cups. He was going towards this person to pursue them. Ten of Cups, the lovers. The person whom he loved was the person whom he betrayed, okay? Who he has betrayed? Y'all know who he has betrayed. Let's clarify that Three of Swords, that Five of Wands, because I said I was going to go back at the end of the reading to finish it, right? The Three of Swords, the Ten of Wands, and the Five of Wands. So what was the conflict about? What is this conflict about? The Sun, his happiness. They didn't want him to be happy. They didn't want him to have nothing. We're going to use you and then we're going to dispose of you. That's what the reading is about. That's what he knows. Three of Swords, he was making a decision about his heartbreak. I'm going to do something to fix my life. I'm not going to play victim anymore. The person whom I love told me straight up what kind of piece of shit I am. And I want to fix that because I want to be with this person and there's nothing you can do to stop me. Ten of Wands, that's what the stress is about. Because he was stopped and he knew he was going to be stopped. Yeah, all because of money. Six of Pentacles. No, all because he wanted to give his money to this Empress. Who is this Empress? Y'all know who this Empress is. She finally came out in the reading. She's been talked about in this reading so much how he feels about her, but she never actually showed up in the reading. Now she's showing up. He wanted her to be the mother of his children. He saw her as his wife. Wow. Like the energy I'm feeling off of this card, that's insane. And that's who he betrayed, y'all. He's in so regret. That's the only thing he regret. Five of Cups. We talked about that. He's crying over spilled milk. That's the only thing he regrets in his life. Nothing else. Nothing else he give a fuck about. Just this person. She's finally showing up at the end of the reading. Okay? That's insane. So she's showing up. He sees her as the mother of his children, his wife, somebody he could have really had everything with, but he was not allowed to. Clarify the Empress. Who's this Empress? Seven of Cups. Somebody that could have been his best option. And I don't think like, oh, like my side bitch or, you know, nothing like that. Like he experienced life. He lived his life. And he's like, you know what? I finally know what I want. Seven of Cups. I know who was the best person, who was there for me, who was teaching me spiritual lessons when I didn't want to learn, who was holding me accountable. That's the person that he wants. Clarify that Seven of Cups. The Two of Pentacles, the Chariot. He did not know if he could come forward to pursue her. But we saw that he was going to do it anyway. Six of Swords. We talked about that. That's what he was thinking about before he passed away. Him going towards this person. We also talked about with that Ten of Cups. Where's the Ten of Cups? So many cards here, you guys. Where's the Ten of Cups? I really want to show you guys visually. Oh, here it is. I said that this could have been his family he was going to, but I said that it feels more like somebody that he actually had feelings for. So it could have been his family, but he wanted to also see that person as well. And who is that person, y'all, that he was trying to pursue before he passed away? Melanie. Okay, that's the only person who he gave a fuck about. Clarify the Empress. Who's this Empress? Somebody he has deep regret for. Somebody that he has. Then I talked about he don't give a fuck about anything else because he already accomplished everything in life. It was just that one thing he wasn't able to have, which is her, which is a family, which is him being married to her. You know, it's like that's what he wanted. Seven of Pentacles. That's the only thing he regrets. Not being able to pursue her. Not being able to finally rectify things and go back to her. Because what happens during retrograde? You start seeing your ex or people from the past that you let go. That's what was going to happen. I feel like the universe stopped it. Because he could have a lot of chaos energy. And she already detached from all of that. Okay? So, I don't know what happened. I don't know if this was some type of karmic energy. But it was like either way it was not meant to be. But this is what he was thinking about before he passed away. This is what he's in regret about. Nothing else but losing this person. Nothing else but not being able to pursue this person. So like I talked about, we're in retrograde. I think it's a Gemini full moon as well. So there's a lot of astrological shit going on. We were breaking down his birth chart. We have talked about the people that have passed away in helicopters and airplanes. We also talked about the record label and the people that are in the record label and the people that have recently passed away in the record label. Okay, we discussed all of this. So the only thing he seems to regret was not being able to pursue this person. And we already talked about as to who this person is. Who was on his mind before he passed away. Wow. That is very deep, you guys. Okay, so that's pretty much the reading. Ooh, I got chills, you guys. I got chills. Like, it's not even funny. I got chills, you guys. I got to cleanse this energy immediately. But, yeah, there was a lot of darkness attached to him. And he knew that she was just everything to him. He couldn't be attached to her while he had all this energy around him. So, you know, when he finally decided to get his shit together is when things was over for him. That's very, very unfortunate. He was not able to fix anything before he passed away. And that's the only regret he has. And it's not like he wasn't able to fix anything before he passed away. He wasn't able to fix the relationship between him and Melanie before he passed away, more specifically. That's what he cared about deeply. Seven of Pentacles, he's in regret and he reaped what he sowed within that moment, okay? Wow. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Magician. He was manifesting in her. This is somebody that already made the decision to pursue her. And they weren't going to allow that. And that's what the conflict was about. Anyway, I love you guys, okay? Like, comment, subscribe, and do all those good things for me. And I see you next time. Goodbye.